Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. But I'm gonna be getting into two videos going into um, you know, you brothers already probably heard by now, you brothers and you sisters that the United States bombed Iran. And also they killed the supreme leader of Iran, the Ayatollah. So I'm gonna get into two videos and then I'm gonna get into this lesson. But this is something that I was observing today, going through Babylon folly, you know what I'm saying? And the people are just they docile, they in docility. And I'm gonna get into this scripture that I need to dust it. I need to dust off this scripture and bring it back out. I haven't brought it out in a while, but these people are fully docile and going by their everyday business. Um, and they for the taking because these people have no spiritual discernment of what's going on. We're at the end of time, and these people have no clue what the fuck is going on. Play this video.
Oh my God.
And that's going to be these Americans when the missiles start to come upon this earth. They're going to be into their folly and they're going to get caught off guard. They're going to get ambushed. The Lord has fattened up these Americans for the slaughter. Let me get into this, play a little bit more of this video. So you see what's going on. War is in the air. But these people are oblivious and dumb and stupid. And they so submerged and they displaced. This place literally got blinders on them. Let me get into this other video. Give me 1 second. All right, let me get into this video.
We are just now getting this breaking news that's coming into us from Fox. I'm going to have our producers behind the scenes change the banner, but right now this has just been confirmed, Brian, over the air, that Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah, has been killed in those strikes. Fox is now reporting that on screen. They're having their reporter speaking on it now as he's live in Tel Aviv. But once again, folks, if you're just joining us here at home, we've been waiting for this information. We had gotten some insight before from our partners there at Reuters. They were able to talk to us to let us know that Netanyahu, the prime minister, as he just had statements a little while ago, said that there were signs that the prime minister, that the Ayatollah was no longer anymore. This is what he said, according to Aisha Hasni with Fox News. This morning, we have destroyed the compound of the tyrant Khamenei, many of the signs showing that he is no longer. That is exactly what he said in his speech. We have just been informed by Fox News confirming that Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, is now been killed in these strikes. And so as we're getting this breaking news, and we still have Brian on the line here, Brian, I'm going to have you jump in here once again as we're talking about this. This is the moment that we've been waiting to hear. We didn't have confirmation. It was suspected. It was put out there on the internet. I had told folks earlier today we won't be confirming anything until we have it from our trusted sources. but a huge moment to see that Khomeini has now been pronounced dead.
Yes, and I would guess that he is not the only one. He has a son who's very powerful. He may have been killed as well. We'll wait for confirmation on that, and much of the leadership. There was a bifurcation of efforts here, Christina. The Israelis were moving.
And see, they sold you this narrative. You know, if you've been keeping up with this, that they, you know, want to bring democracy in there. You know, they want to. What they said they want to regime change. So what are they saying? They want somebody that's gonna play ball. That's gonna bow to their every demand. And you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be backlash. But all this stuff is just mounting up to that great dance that's coming. And World War III is right around the corner. But I was peeping at these people today. These people are gone. These people are the walking dead. They're just concerned about the things of the world. The scriptures don't miss. The Most High don't miss. So you see what's going on. You can do your own research about all this, but it's going down. That's all I can say. With them times, and it's only going to be more things that you're not going to expect to happen. It says in Matthew 24:37-39, Yahushua compares, and let me say this too, this J name, because a lot of you Jakes that's outside of the truth, that's waking up, you got this name in your mind, and you got this name in your mind, and you got this name in your mouth, and you got this visual in your mind, that so-called white Jesus. No, his name was Yahushua. And don't let these Edomites trick you anymore. It says Yahushua compares the condition before his second coming to the days of Noah. Check this out. It's heavy because this is what we see every day. It says people were eating, drinking, and marrying. It says engrossed in daily life. It says ignoring spiritual warnings until the flood came suddenly. It signifies a great time of great wickedness, unexpected judgment, and widespread apathy toward divine warnings. So these people don't know what's going on. You walk up to these Babylonians, they ask them, you know, that you tell them that the United States bomb Iran, they'll be like, get that 1,000-yard stare. Like, what does that mean? Check this out. It says people were unaware of the impending doom until the flood, as they were distracted by normal life, despite Noah's warning. You hear this? So we've been warning we warn you to damn near as not Slakia. What's the word I'm looking for? As Slakia. Give me 1 second. I can't get this word out. As Namia. As Namia. Slakia. Let me look this up. Namia. Salakia. One second. Salakia. I found the word as nauseum. That's what I was trying to get out. Salakia. It says ad nauseum, to repeat something to a sickening or disgusted degree. So that's why the scriptures are sometimes repetitive and redundant, going over the same thing, right? So you can really get it. So because the Lord likes to repeat himself, because he know our people, you know, they got a hard head and they got a short attention span, especially with all this social media. The book of Revelation 11:14, it says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. So World War III is coming. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of time. And all these little things that they do, these skirmishes and everything, is leading up to that big dance. And all these other nations are getting sick of this hoe. You know what I'm saying? Sick of this whore, right? It's in the book of Revelation, which represents America. They sick of this nasty whore. You know what I'm saying? It can't really be no peace on earth till these devils are moved out the way. Let's go here. So it's going down, and it's going down some more. It's going to go down some more. It's not going to stop. These things are going to escalate. These devils have, what they call it. It's matter of fact, I want to pull this word at, Salaki. I'm trying to think of this word in my head that, okay, yeah, invincible. Invincible meaning. And that's how these devils really think. They think they're invincible and they think they can keep doing this with no repercussions, you know what I'm saying? But these nations are gathering themselves for this big dance. It says invincible. It says too powerful to be defeated or overcome. And the Spirit had me go to that word because they go back to pride, right? The Edomites think they can just continue on this rampage, you know, bullying these nations, bombing, kidnapping people, doing whatever they want to do with impunity. They think there's not going to be any consequences. But this is a scary place to be in. You know, that's the bully that don't see his day coming. Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So it's going to show you what it is. But again, most of these people are dead. They're oblivious. They concerned with their day-to-day affairs. They spiritually dead. That's why the scriptures called them that. They just alive in the flesh. They just goyim. Like I'm gonna borrow the word from that the Edomite J people use. They are goyim because the J people created these people to be dumbed down. They are goyim. They just non-players characters, NPCs. It says and not lie. Though it tarries, so it might stall out for a little bit, right? But it's coming. Wait for it because it will surely come and it will not tarry. So you got brothers that are getting anxious, they're getting impatient, and they fall back into the world. And we have our days when we irritated, we want to get the hell up out of here, right? We like, what's taking so long? But that has to work out that patience, you know, because the Lord don't move on our time. We move on his time. Point blank period. This is what it is. He's going to do things when he see fit. And that's something we can't comprehend. I know we tired, we suffering, but we're on the Lord time. I always remember that we're not doing the Lord a favor. You're not doing the Lord a favor by you being in the truth. He woke you up to be in the truth. It's just what it is. We don't, like, you know, a lot of brothers, you know, some brothers, I ain't gonna say brothers, but some, you know, some Jakes in the world have that entitlement spirit on them because the Edomites have taught them that. They want it right now. Just got to be patient. It says in the King James Version Bible, the prophecies that Babylon will become desolate, dry, and uninhabited desert. Going back into this, how you know it's talking about America. You got to link the precepts together. This Jeremiah 51 is not talking about ancient Babylon. It wasn't totally destroyed by fire. It says, describe her cities as desolation, a dry land, and a wilderness, while Jeremiah 50 and 12 calls it a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. So this is the final judgment of this place, like the movie Terminator 2, Judgment Day. The spirit was on that Jake woman to a certain degree to put that together, right? But she's all bugged out. I think her name's Sophia, whatever. But she's into Christianity. But the Lord put that spirit on her to make that movie so you can foreshadow. That was foreshadowing what's going to happen. You know, when the missiles came over and Sarah O'Connor was at the park and she dozed off and that missile hit and that wave. I mean, it's crazy. Jeremiah 50 and 13, because of the wrath of Yahweh. So you've been lied and said, they told you God was his name and he's all love. He bringing wrath. It says, and shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that go by Babylon shall be astonished. They're not going to believe this happened. Because look at the might of this Babylonian American system. They're not going to believe it. They're going to be amazed and shocked because this nasty hoe, America, has went around the country and overthrew kings, overthrew kingdoms, destabilized countries, took over countries with so much impunity, right? It says, and shall be astonished and hiss at her in all her plagues. Yeah, so it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. Keep your eyes open, keep your head on the swivel. Kahala Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Brachak, Kodash, Shalom.